Glad to have you with us here on Daily Fantasy Live, presented by FanDuel. Welcome back. Chris Towers now joins the show, which of course means we are talking hoops here on the program. So, fellas, when you saw this slate, Memphis, Philly, Detroit, Miami, Dallas, Toronto, and the Lakers and Nuggets, your initial reaction was?
Very similar to the slides you were showing during the last segment.
Okay.
Yes.
Close your eyes and just throw a dart and decide to put in your lineup.
You know, yesterday we had our Kings-Wizards stacks that we talked about, and we both, the Wizards one did a little better for me than the Kings one did. But
he's brought that up every hour on the hour that
I've got an alarm. I've got an alarm set on my phone. No, I'm just mentioning that, you know, there's kind of parallels tonight. Last night was a 9-game schedule. Tonight's only 4, but you've got that one game that we really like, and I think we're going to focus on that one a lot today. That's the Denver Lakers.
Oh, I thought it was the Mavericks.
I mean, you like the Mavericks.
I thought it was the Miami-Detroit game. No, it's not.
No, that's the ugly game.
There are things to like.
Let's play a little Would You Rather and see exactly who these gentlemen like tonight on this 4-game slate. Kyle Lowry is one of the best point guards available. You can package him with Biyombo or Jameer Nelson. Yes, we are featuring Jameer Nelson on a slide, and Hassan Whiteside.
See, Chris always comes up with these and tries to make it as difficult as possible, so I decided to flip the script on him today. I'm really interested to hear what he says on this one.
Well, normally when we do the Would You Rathers, you want to get the prices pretty similar. But this one, you're leaving $1,200 on the board if you go with Jameer and Hassan Whiteside. That's a lot of money that you can spend elsewhere. Except there's nobody to spend it on tonight, so I'm probably going to have to go. No, I'm gonna leave the $1,200. Tonight's a night that you're probably going to have to leave money on the board in your NBA lineup. So I'm going to go with the Hassan Whiteside, Jameer Nelson. Nelson's my favorite point guard on the board because he's got that terrific matchup against the Lakers.
To be clear, I did not leave $1,100 on the board. I'm going to go with Kyle Lowry and Bismack Biyombo.
By the way, remember we concerned about Hassan Whiteside's minutes there? What, last week?
Yep.
He's played at least 30 minutes in the last 3 games.
And
it seems like
really good. Well, not a great matchup for him in terms of Andre Drummond being a tough matchup for him, but in terms of him staying on the floor, him having the potential to block a lot of shots, it should be a good one.
He's going to be on the floor a lot tonight.
Back in the good graces of Eric Spoelstra. All right, how about take your pick between DeMar DeRozan and Jahlil Okafor, or that man Andre Drummond and Lou Williams?
It's anytime there's that Lakers-Nuggets game, it's going to be hard for me to go away from it just because I think that's going to be the highest scoring game. That's the one where the most fantasy points are allowed. That's the only one with an over-under over 200 tonight. So I'll go with the Lou Williams, Andre Drummond side, but I don't feel great about it.
You know, the bad thing about tonight's slate is there's no Steph Curry, there's no Boogie, there's no Beard, there's none of the great players that we like to put in there, and then we can play the value. There's plenty of value, there's just no reason to play it. There's only a few guys on this slate with 50-point potential. This features 2 of them, DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond. DeRozan's $1,500 less, though, and still has the same potential. I'll take DeRozan.
Yeah, and 2 of the last 3, by the way, DeRozan has reached that 40-point mark on FanDuel, so he's been breaking out as of late, too, so that certainly plays into your hand. All right, where are you fellas going on this one? Marcus Morris and Jordan Clarkson, so you get that tandem, or Matt Barnes and Mike Conley. Could I just fade this entire slide?
Well, I put Barnes and Conley on the same team there, not just because they play on the same team, but I think if you're going to play a part of that Memphis-Philadelphia game, then you go ahead and play a lot of that Memphis-Philadelphia game. There's no way that I see one of these guys being really good, because they're either going to play 28 minutes and guys you've never heard of are going to play the fourth quarter, or maybe, just possibly, they play bad defense like they have often this year. Philadelphia scores a bunch of points. They only beat them by 15 or 20, and the starters play in the fourth quarter.
Well, you look at Memphis, they don't even have that many guys that you've never heard of. Their rotation's only been 8 guys deep, really, since they made the move. Tony Allen's out of the rotation. He's healthy now. They're not playing James Ennis. You know, I think that's probably the right way to go. Even if it's a blowout, the Memphis guys are going to play 30-plus minutes. It's been pretty consistent for them.
All right, last but not least, certainly, Chris Bosh and Will Barton. Sign me up for that one. Or, how about this, fellas? Kenneth Faried and D. Wade. Where are you going?
I'm glad you put a Nuggets player on each side, so I don't have to pick between them. It makes it a lot.
You do have to pick between them.
Well, it makes it a lot easier. I don't have to. I don't have to avoid the Nuggets-Lakers game, is what I meant to say. I really love Will Barton tonight. He's going to play so many minutes with Danilo Gallinari out. He's probably going to play a lot of minutes at the small forward position. I could see him getting 40 minutes tonight. He's been playing 30-plus consistently, averaging 17 points, 7.5 rebounds, nearly 4 assists per game over his last 5. I think he's one of the best plays on the schedule, so I'm not going to go away from him just because I'm a little afraid of Chris Bosch.
I do think Barton and Bosch are the much better play in cash games, which me in particular, I just
Bosch
play
hasn't been
tournaments only.
consistent
No.
as of late. He's been really up and down.
Dwayne Wade's not been consistent either.
All
And
season
Kenneth
long.
Farid's never consistent. So if I was playing in a tournament, which I'm mostly going to do tonight, I'll play Wade and Farid.
Yeah, Bosch would be the one issue. He is coming off a 41.2 outing on FanDuel, but prior to that, 21.3 and 17.4. So you have to hope that that floor for him is
Right.
like 25 points, or else you could be in for it tonight. All right. After this quick break, Daily Fantasy Live will return. Top fives lineups. We know you want them. They're coming right at you next on Daily Fantasy Live.